Syria has experienced the largest civilian displacement since World War II. Now, the majority of those Syrians are living within the countries neighboring Syria, and no country has done more for Syrians in terms of numbers than Turkey itself. Just for perspective, where I'm going to start my fellowship is in Istanbul. There are more Syrians living in Istanbul than all of Germany. And that's incredible. So I'm very interested in migration and identity and placemaking from within the region, because hopefully one day the conflict will end, and there's a lot of experiences, both individual and collective, amongst the Syrians living in the region that can be very useful for hopefully the day that they go back to help rebuild the country. Within the ICWA Fellowship, I'm particularly interested in the newsletters, because I think that ICWA affords a lot of agency and a lot of flexibility, so that you can really run the gamut between the from one end, more of long-form dispatches to really narrative, creative pieces. So really out the gate, the challenge that I'm being presented with is to find Syrians that can help show people back home that maybe they don't fully understand or don't see all of the intersectionality between these different themes of migration and displacement and public policy. Again, I'm not here to be telling people how to think, but again, through these monthly newsletters, I'm hoping to broaden the perspective of how people can understand that what's happening in Syria and what's happening to Syrians matters to Americans as well. Through kind of these 2 years, I'll be able to really develop the type of relationships that will help connect maybe disparate or distant audiences outside of DC. Hopefully people back home in New Orleans as well will become kind of more drawn through these stories, so that people again can see that what's happening to Syrians matters to them as well. Again, connected to what's happening right now within our own discussions about these mega themes of migration, economic degradation, all of these things that we're experiencing within the United States. For example, in Lebanon, the amount of Syrians living in Lebanon is as if all of the entire Mexican population moved to the United States. I mean, that is incredibly resilient. We're always reading about how these fragile countries are on the brink of collapse, but here they remain, and though there's tons of challenges, it's really interesting to see why and how governments are responding to these mega challenges. The staff of ICWA has made me feel incredibly comfortable as I've been discussing with them the departure date, given the restrictions around the pandemic. So I feel incredibly comfortable and feel that the resources are there to make sure that not only I'm safe, but that I'm able to kind of initiate this research project with very vulnerable communities.